Welcome to Gym Owner Freedom. I am Scott Carpenter, and I am a former broke, struggling, frustrated, and overworked gym owner that felt stuck no matter what I did to try and improve the business. Once I realized that the answer wasn't what I thought it was, just getting more clients, and after really doing the math on acquisition and churn rates, I realized I wasn't even playing a winnable game to begin with. With my current price structure, mathematically, there was no way I could afford to pay my staff so I could scale up and out of the business, that I can have the time, the money, the impact, and the freedom that I always knew I was capable of. Once I learned how to add value by selling transformational programs to people who needed more than just workouts, everything changed in my life. Today, I own 6 gyms that all run without me, and I am free to pursue my passion projects and work just because I love to, not because I have to. And if that's a goal that we mutually share together, then this is the show for you. I'm going to teach you the framework to make way more money with less clients and open up a world of possibilities to you. Subscribe, leave a review, and tune in every week. It'll change your life. I promise you that. So what's going on, everybody? We're going to get into sales, and there's a lot to go into. So Dave and I are just going to jump right into it, if that's cool with you guys. This is part 3 of 6 of 5X or 6-week challenge. We're going to talk about how to sell now your 6-week challenge for $3,000. Last week, if you haven't watched that, go back and watch it. We talked about how to build out your challenge offer that becomes $3,000 instead of $599. So really quick recap, your 6-week challenge, what is there? Well, they come in for the workouts, and then you're providing a nutrition plan and some accountability, right? The $3,000 option is probably 9 weeks. It could be 12 weeks for you, but it's a mentorship. It's a mentorship which goes beyond nutrition and accountability. If you're unclear of what that difference is, go back last week and watch it, because now we're going to teach you how to sell this, because some of you are going to be like, how the hell do you sell that for $3,000? Something that might be 9 weeks. That seems absurd to me. So we're going to go into it and go into the weeds on it. Before we get to that, we're doing one thing. We're going to celebrate a killer from Sweden. We got our legend of the week. Dave, fill us in, man.
Hey, Olaf was on this very call about 3 months ago, and he dove into the pool and said, I'm all in. I just love this guy's story. Awful it sells. Like, talking about someone 3 months ago, he was a rookie, but he took ownership of that. And this guy showed up. I don't even know what the time difference is, but he showed up to every single cohort call. The last 90 days, his entire business has changed. He's built an amazing high ticket offer, and he's really identified his perfect avatar. It's actually 50-year-old women up, females in Sweden. It's a fastball right down the middle. He has a coach that does, she's fantastic at the organic marketing. So I think he's 4 or 5x his organic leads, which, guys, organic leads that come into your pipeline are very qualified for high ticket programs. Why? Because guess what? They trust you. So he's 5x that. He's comfortable with objection handling. He's fantastic with his pitch. I believe he had this best month of new business ever, and he clocked in at over 10K in new business revenue for the month. So Olaf he's freaking living proof that if you put in the work, if you trust the process and you do it for 90 days, your entire life could change in 90 days. So big shout out to Olaf if he's tuning in today.
That's amazing. And for his numbers, I know what they were to start with. So that just catapults him up. And Olaf, man, we were talking for a year and a half before you finally joined up, just because you had a lot of stuff going on. You're in a different mentorship before, and you wanted to do it, but it wasn't the right time. And then you had some family stuff going on. And so we finally got to do this, and to see you rock it to the moon is insane, because he's awesome, man. This guy is he's just an awesome guy. So it's amazing to see his business blow up. So huge congrats. So here's what we're covering today, guys. We're going to talk about how the 6-week challenge is sold now, and kind of why that offer can breed high churn and crappy clients. A lot of the gyms who are just sticking with the traditional 6-week challenge model, they're running into big difficulties now that they weren't a few years ago. The market has changed. And so we're going to talk about kind of the problems with the existing 6-week challenge, how to make it better with the high ticket, and how these crappy customers can actually turn into dream customers when you handle our sales process like this. And it's a two-part sales process. And the first part is actually going to drastically improve your no-show rate. No-show rates, if you're running paid ads, if you're running 6-week challenge ads, you know your no-show rates for a consult, you might be hitting 70, 80% of a no-show rate, which is just heartbreaking. So the first part of our sales consult will set them up to be a dream client, but also really take that no-show rate and drastically improve it. It's with just a 5 to 10 minute phone call that you're going to do. And then finally, we're going to get into really the nuts and bolts and how to sell that $3,000 high ticket program while simultaneously increasing your closing percentage. I know what you guys are thinking. You guys are thinking, hey, I'm having a hard time just selling my $599 offer to these cold Facebook people. How the hell am I going to sell a $3,000 program? Right. Mm-hmm. And so the secret sauce is in our sales process, and we're going to dive into it. So 2 main objectives for this training, guys, is I want you to see how selling a $3,000 transformational program can actually be easier than selling what you're currently selling, a commodity-based $599 6-week challenge. And for those of you who are like, hey, I just want to go all in like Olaf did and go in quick and take the next 12 weeks and crush my business and totally change it, we're going to invite anyone that's on here who needs help to join us on August 15th. We take a small group of max 10 gym owners through it. And if that's you want to chat to see if it'd be a good fit, use this UR code. If we can post this in the link, let's see if I can post this in the chat. If somebody else can make sure it gets on the Facebook Live for people watching in there, click that, use that QR code, book a call with us. If it's right, awesome. The freebie we're giving everybody, and comment PC, whether you're watching in Zoom or you're on Facebook, comment PC, like perfect consultation. We're going to send you our sales script. Okay. We're going to send you our exact sales script, and we're going to walk you through how we implement that today. So this consultation script is worth 10 grand by itself. Okay, guys, it's no joke what you can do when you learn how to sell it. So we're going to explain it to you, and then we're going to give this away to every single person on the call. If you're watching the recording, comment PC if it's in our Facebook, our Gym Owner Freedom Facebook group, and we'll get it to you. Okay. So yeah, last week we talked about building out your high ticket offer, right? Today we're going to talk about selling. Next week we're going to teach you how to fulfill it. So let's get into it. The 6-week challenge as it stands can breed high churn and crappy clients. I get why we do the 6-week challenge, because marketing wise, it gets their attention. It gets them to put in their information. You get a lead out of it. But let's be real. Can you really change somebody's life in 6 weeks? No. And what we're seeing now is 6-week challenges, especially the ones that recycle 6-week challenge, 6-week challenge, 6-week challenge, 6-week challenge. What you're seeing now from running that, you're seeing like the same person come in it for the 4th time now. They're in it, they're out of it. They're in it, they're out of it, right? What have we just done? We've done exactly what we hate out there in the marketplace. The quick fixes. Because no matter how we skew it, guys, fitness and nutrition is a lifelong habit-based thing, is it not? We don't want them yo-yoing. We are desperately trying to teach them how to do the right things. They can sustain it forever like we do. And so we're just trying to get people in the doors. We got into this business to make a difference in people's lives, but then it's a hard ass business. And now we find ourselves like, what can we do to just get people in the doors? And now we found we are part of the problem in some ways, where we're training people to think about short-term solutions. And sometimes when we just always put out their short-term solutions, we get short-term clients. And then we wonder why our churn is so high. And we can't renew 6-week challenge people into normal memberships and normal options. Happens all the time. And guys, marketing out there is all geared towards short-term solutions. It makes us cringe. Do you guys remember a few years ago when they sold that magic powder you sprinkle over food, and supposedly it prevents your body from like storing that as fat? It was probably like 10, 12 years ago. I will never forget it. My first location's on 7th Street in North Central Phoenix. Scramble is 2 doors down from this place, right? So I would eat there quite often. I'm there with my girlfriend, who's my wife now, Nicole. We're having breakfast, and about 2 tables away, there's somebody who's like 60 pounds overweight and she's sprinkling this magic powder on her food. So of course, her body doesn't absorb any of it as fat, right? This is the shit we're up against, guys. This is why we're selling 6-week challenges, because this is everywhere. Is it not? But here's the kicker. Not only is she eating, it was not only like one of the meals, not only was she eating like the French toast and loaded up everything, right? But this woman literally had 2 full-size fucking breakfasts that she was eating by herself. She was at a table by herself with the magic powder, and she's crushing 2 breakfasts. I shit you not. And this is what's getting out to people. People literally buy garbage. They buy into this magic powder, right? And since it's probably been banned or whatever, but holy shit, this is what we're up against. This is why we have to do 6-week challenges. So I understand that 6-week stuff gets people's attention and the marketing works because we're taking what should be a 6-month solution and saying you can do it in 6 weeks. But that gets the attention. But what you do with that lead will make or break you. So yeah, we got to do what we need to do to get people in the door. But then it's up to you as the professional. You as the professional to offer them the real solution. Now, not everybody might be ready for it, but you need to talk about the real solution. And it's up to them to make the choice whether they do it or not. The bottom line is, right now, just 6-week challenges, everybody's stuck. Whether it's at 20K or 25 or 30 or 35, every single one I know is stuck. You know how many 6-week challenges we've helped really break through and add another 10, 15, 20K in recurring revenue? It has not been by adding new members, right? The more members you have, the more that churn is going to work against you, especially if these are short-term solutions. If you have 100 members, you have 8% churn. You need 8 a month to sign up to prevent moving backwards. Okay. If you got 200 members, you need to sign up 16 a month just to hold your ground and not move backwards. That's hard. That's hard. What we have done is figure out how to make more money with less clients. Because right now, the volume model post-COVID is harder than anything. Marketing is harder. No-show rates are high, right? We're going to combat all of those in this training. But the lower price, high volume model will get you stuck. You need a lot of ad spend. There's a lot of time setting consults. You're getting a lot of no-shows. It's a lot of problems, all that. By just taking 1 or 2 of those a month and turning them into high ticket clients, you can move the needle in a big way, with just 2 or 3 clients. It's awesome. So know that it starts with you. Okay. If you're a 6-week gym, don't be part of the problem. You can still have your 6-week offer, but you also need to have the long-term solution. It's up to the person at the other end of the table if they're going to take or not, but you still need to offer that. In other words, and I know it's difficult to do this because some of you are having a hard time selling your shit at $5.99. I get it. For some people, like, oh my God, that's a lot of money. And I'm getting like most people saying no to that and just doing group or whatever it is you have. I don't even know how you can do it. Trust me, you can do this. What you need to do, you need to grow a pair. Okay. At the end of the day, like if you're listening to this, there's a pair of brass balls on the screen right now. I don't know if anybody's seen the movie Glengarry Glen Ross, classic like sales movie where Alec Baldwin has, just Google the Alec Baldwin brass balls scene. It's such an epic scene in cinema history. But you need to have some brass balls. You need to have confidence. You need to have conviction. You need to believe in what you're doing. And that's hard when people tell you your $5.99 is too expensive. You're going to believe them. But the reality is you just haven't learned how to sell this the right way. It's not your fault. You just got to learn how to sell it. We're walking you through that today. You need to run your business like a doctor's office. Does a doctor, our doctor stuff, is it expensive? Hell yeah, it is. You know, if you need to repair your rotator cuffs, whatever, this or that or the other, do you think he's sweating how much it costs and worried about telling you? That's not how it works. That's not how that business works. He's the doctor. He has gone through years and years of training, hundreds of thousands of dollars of training in debt. He's had to do whatever comes after with the Grey's Anatomy stuff where you got to be an intern or whatever it is. I can't remember. But the bottom line is, you go in there, and I might go in and tell the doctor what I have going on. Like, hey, listen, I've got this thing going on my shoulder. It happened when this, so here's what I want, and here's what I want to fix it. And by the way, how much is it? And do you have tomorrow open at 9 a.m.? That is not how that business runs. It's he's the professional. I might tell him things, but he diagnoses me and he tells me what the situation is. And he tells me exactly what I need to treat this thing. We don't talk about price until after, or maybe at all. Right? Maybe we book the shit and I just get a bill 4 weeks later in the mail. But the bottom line is, he's the expert. He's the authority. And we've given that power to clients. We've given that power to clients. We got to take that back. We have to take that back. So yes, you're going to have let's say a $3,000 offer. That's your high ticket mentorship. You will still have your 6-week challenge as a backup. Okay. You can still advertise your 6-week challenge and talk to them about the real solution. That's a Band-Aid. The 6-week thing is a Band-Aid, is it not? It's a 6-week thing. You're putting them on a nutrition plan that's a little bit restrictive, and you're having them sprint for 6 weeks. How is that going to solve somebody's problem who has yo-yoed for the past 9 years with their weight? You are part of the problem, not part of the solution. So you need to let them know that. You need to offer the solution to their real problem. A mentorship, taking them by the hand and teaching them how to do this and how to change this in their lives and make it easy for them. A quick fix and a little diet is not going to work short term. Now, it's still up to them to take it. You can still have your Band-Aid, but you need to talk to them about the real issue, and then it's in their hands. So it's you. What changed everything for us? Dave. He's the best sales trainer in the world for this, and he's going to be doing the majority of the call today. He's the best sales trainer. When we started this new sales process in Glendale, Arizona, the location, August 17th, 2020, in the first 4 weeks, you sold $40,000, over $40,000 in new business in your first month with this new sales process. We didn't even know what the hell we were doing yet. That is the power of the sales process. We did not change anything. We did not change the marketing. We did not change the landing pages. We did not change ads. We changed nothing. All we did was change our sales process and what we offered them when they came in the door. That was it. It's not like we magically hit this gold mine of high income people. No, no, no. Same leads, same people. We just changed what we did. And we took these clients who could be bad clients in and out in 8 to 12 weeks, 6 weeks in and out, that complained about the price and $5.98 is too expensive. We turn these into people who are happy to pay us $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 for a high ticket program that stayed with us. So it's up to you. You create your own best clients or your worst clients based on your sales process. It's in your hands. Yes, you can't take everybody and make them a dream client. True. But our businesses have totally changed based on our sales process. We don't need more than 100 clients in any location to make $200,000, $300,000 in profit. We don't even have 100 clients in any location. And it's not because they're all in great areas. Where I talked to you about, the 7th Street location, where Scramble is, there's crackheads walking around there. I mean, it's not the greatest area. We're next to some okay areas, but it's up to you. You create your own dream clients with your sales process. That's what I want to get across. Okay. So let's get into the sales process. The cool thing is a lot of you guys have been experiencing really high no-show rates when you book a consult. The first part of our sales process is not only going to prime these people into being your dream customers and pay you 5 times as much for what they were paying, but it will also drastically cut down on that no-show rate. And you got to walk into it with that doctor frame. Doctor frame leading into our 5 to 10 minute discovery call. So Dave, you want to kind of take over here?
Yeah, doctor frame, man. So funny story when we first started bringing the discovery call in to the mix. My amazing wife Carrie bought me a robe for Valentine's Day, and it says Big Dave. It's not my ego, it's big. I would actually, this is before we coined it, Dr. Frame. I would wear that robe on my discovery calls. What that Dr. Frame did for me is it gave me this sense of freedom that I was in charge. And the second that someone picked up that phone, they could feel that energy shift. Because typically, when people call a gym, Scott, what are probably what 3 things they're asking for out of the gate? Like in your experience, what are like the 2 or 3 things they're asking for probably every single time?
Oh, it's 2 really. Number 1, by far and away, how much is it? And number 2 is maybe like, what times
Yep.
do you have?
Class schedule.
Yep.
Maybe what does your program look like? But my gosh, are we giving all the power to them? If someone's calling in out of the gate and we're just giving them the runway to say, start asking the questions, then they control that entire frame. It is so much more powerful. And it's almost like we're doing them a disservice by allowing them to take charge. Because if they take over the call, if they take charge, if they start asking questions, then we lose that frame. We're not going to be able to help them. So what the discovery call does with that doctor frame, it allows you to take control of that frame from second one. And it is insane. They can feel that energy the first 30 seconds of a discovery call. They can feel like, wow, this call is going to be a little bit different compared to me calling in to Orange Theory or an F45 to start firing off questions. So that doctor frame guys, they feel that energy shift. It allows you to take charge of the conversation, ask them the questions. And that's the key here. Like when you call into a doctor's office, are you asking them a ton of questions? No, you're getting interviewed. So that's my favorite part with the discovery call. It allows the prospect the opportunity to feel heard. And at the end of the day, that's what everybody wants in this world, right? They don't want to be sold to. And that's, I think, to the meat and potatoes of what we really teach inside of the sales process is we're coaches, we're not closers. So if we're in charge of the conversation, it's not that we're flapping our gums talking about how great our program is. It's we're firing off the questions to really uncover what's really going on in their life. Because guess what? It's not about weight loss and it will never be about weight loss. So that's what the discovery call does from a doctor frame angle. Scott, do we want to get into like the pillars of the discovery call too and kind of go over like go high level, how you establish that frame?
I would say just like, how would you handle it? So like a lead comes in and some of you guys will reach out to book with them. And some of you guys have it automated where, your software will book for them.
Yeah.
And there's a couple different ways that we can build it in. You can kind of do this discovery call through automations in a way. We won't get into the weeds on that one because everybody has different systems, right? But in many cases, even if they self-book, you want to put in that phone call. In some cases, it's just a website lead and then you manually reach out. And so, yeah, let's take somebody through, like, what would you do on this 5-10 minute phone call, Dave? Like, how do you set it up and how do you knock it out?
Beautiful. Okay, I'm not asking them questions about fantasy football and the weather. So as soon as they answer the phone, I am taking charge of the call. So it would go something like this. And this is about 30 seconds. You're framing the entire conversation. So Scott, what's going on, brother? I have us down for a 12:30 call. I'm gonna get right into the meat and potatoes, man. Like I saw that you put in an inquiry. I just want to set the frame of the call. I want to fire off some questions. I want to know more about you. I want to know what you're struggling with right now. I want to know a little bit more of your story just to make sure that you're a good fit for what we do. If we're vibing at the end of the conversation, I want the opportunity to sit down and do more of a deeper dive. For whatever reason, if you're not vibing with me, if I don't feel like we can help you, I'm going to get you some resources and send you to the right direction. I got about 10 minutes before I have to jump on. I have a podcast I'm jumping on. So can we dig right into this?
Yeah, absolutely.
They always say do that. Yeah. So you'll never get that. So you see, guys, they come in the expectations of us asking them, hey, what are your goals? What are you looking for? Just in that really quick 30 seconds, I take the frame. And you can feel that energy set. Does that sound good, Scott? And I've never had one person say, no, that doesn't sound good. So first 30 seconds, guys, the only thing that you're doing is just you're establishing the frame and you're letting them know the purpose of the call. Okay. From there, you're going to ask them 4 questions. So it's a series of 4 questions and it's all about them. The only question we're really going to dive into today, and it's the $1,000,000 question. I'm not asking them, what are your goals, Scott? I'm saying, Scott, brother, I want to know a little bit more of your story, man. Like, tell me what you're struggling with right now. Is it workouts, mixed? Is it workouts, nutrition, accountability, discipline? Is it a little bit of all the above? So I'm putting it on a tee for them, guys. And I'm saying, tell me your story, Scott. From there, guys, they're not just going to say weight loss. They like, are they going to open up the closet and tell you all of their skeletons? No. But right there, and we're going to talk about this a lot. My only goal is to peel back layers of the onion. And I'm doing that from the first 45 seconds that I'm talking to them. So after there, guys, you're asking them some simple questions on like, paint me a picture of what does the gap look like? Okay. So you're establishing, hey, what are you really looking to achieve on this journey? You're asking them, what's the biggest obstacle? It's going to allow me, like, are their kids starting daycare and potentially maybe they're saying I don't have any money. I'm going to start identifying what's going to be the objection. Like, what is that big obstacle? And then I'm asking them on a scale of 1 to 10, how big of a priority is it? And guess what? If they don't say 10, I'm challenging them. What would make it a 10? Why are you not a 10? From there, here's the beautiful thing, guys. You know if it's a person that you want to move forward in the process with. So think of that colder person who's coming in for a consult that you don't do a discovery call with. They come in, they suck the energy out of you from the second that they start talking, and you're like, this is going to be a very long 30 to 40-minute conversation. So personally, one of my favorite parts with the discovery call, it puts you in charge and it allows you to qualify them. Okay. Part 3 is I let them know, oh, are they qualified? Or, hey, I don't feel you're a great fit for what we do, so I'm going to get you pointed in the right direction. 4th part of the discovery call, it's my favorite part of the sales process, bar none. Scott's getting ready to show you guys a slide. I'm planting this seed that the conversation that we're having next is much bigger than weight loss. I'm challenging them to start thinking about and identifying what's their guiding North Star. Why do they want to change? Now, keep in mind, in the cohort, you guys might be like, Dave, you're like a big unicorn. You're talking about guiding North Star. We personalize this for every gym owner we work with. But the key is we're planting that seed in their head. I want to help you identify the bigger reason why you want to change. The Dave verbiage is if I can help you identify that, I guarantee we can put together a plan that changes your life. That's the verbiage that we teach to our Greenlight team. That's what allows our no-show percentage to go to 10%, 15%, because the conversation we're having with the prospect is so different compared to how every other gym in town is treating them. That portion, pulling out the whys, guys, it's like a cheat code. It's a cheat code for your PC. Scott, you can go out, you can tell the story with the next slide. It's, look at this, guys. Like, if you're listening in, like, Scott, go over some of the whys that you pulled out from this discovery call. This was one of the 2 or 3 discovery calls that I think you've ever done, right?
Yeah. Because I wanted to jump back in with this new sales process because I've been out of the gyms for a very long time. And I was last in the Desert Ridge location. So like, as we started doing this, Dave, I mean, you saw right up here, first 4 weeks, $40,670 in new business is what Dave sold in the first 4 weeks. This is before we raised prices. The average price, like, it wasn't as high as it is now, but he crushed it. And I wanted to try this too. So at the Desert Ridge location, where we get fewer leads, we just have always gotten fewer leads. It's a very competitive area and we never get tons of leads. So they're precious, right? But anyways, like, I'm like, let me go try this out. So I had a call and I think she was 27, give or take a year. Okay. And I ran through this process and very dry. You know, a lot of times when you ask that first leading question, you'll get people going on a lot. You know, what are you struggling the most with right now? Is it your health? Is it with your health and fitness? Is it the workouts? Is it nutrition? Is it accountability? Is it motivation? There's a little bit of everything. And again, just the goal on what we're trying to get out of that is it's more than just workouts. Because remember, guys, they get fed up with themselves at a certain point. Maybe it's the way they put on their jeans this morning and the fat spilling over. Or maybe somebody asked if they were pregnant when they were out in grocery shopping and it just put the fear, whatever it is. Like, motivation comes in waves and it can disappear in waves. But what people are thinking, like, it's never about the workouts. They think that's what's going to get them to where they need to be. In their heads, they're like, man, I really feel like shit about myself right now. I really need to make a change. I need to lose these, however many pounds. Therefore, I need to work out. Therefore, I need find a place to work out. Therefore, I call Dave at Underground Fitness. I'm like, hey, how much is your shit? How much is it? Do you have any 6 a.m.s? That's all I know how to ask. I don't know what to do. I've struggled with this for the past 12 years of my life. That's where these people are at. So what that first question does, it gets them thinking about like that it's more than just the workouts, because they're going to come in and they think you're a commodity based service. And they're like, why? That place is $150. Why are you guys this much? Right. So we need to get them thinking that it's more than just workouts, because it is. I think we all know that the workouts are necessary, but really when it comes to body composition and health and fitness, all that kind of stuff, it's all the stuff they do outside of your four walls that matters the most. Right. And so that first question is designed to kind of open that up, because normally what they'll say is like, yeah, I haven't worked out in like 9 months, but like, it's all kind of a mess. You know what I mean? I'm just running around with the kids and like my nutrition's off. So it's all kind of a mess, So a lot of them will spill out and it goes into a lot of the pain and like how long it's been a problem for you. Yes, the follow-up questions, right? But, and I'm going to call an audible day, because we talked about this is probably going to need to be a 2-part thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's make this into 2-part training. We'll stick with the discovery call today because it is that freaking important. It is that important. And so that first question kind of opens that up. But when I did it with this woman, she didn't give me much. It was kind of dry. I didn't get a lot out of it. I didn't feel that great about it, but I obviously did a good job in selling the whys. Right? We give everybody homework. Like Dave said, this is the most important thing. And you got to find your verbiage. We help you find your verbiage on this so it's authentic to you and you feel good about it. But, we give them homework to think about and kind of marinate on why they really want to make this change right now, and how it's affecting them in different areas of their life. At the end of the day, yeah, okay, you want to lose the 15 pounds. That's great. Right. But what we don't think about is the fact that if we struggle for this many years, we got to put that into perspective. How is it holding us back from living the life that we want to live? Right. For a lot of people, they're afraid to take their shirt off when it comes summertime at the beach. Or socially, it affects their self-confidence. It affects their social confidence. Right. And so I kind of plant a couple ideas in their head. I'm like, I really want you to think about why you really want to make this change. And I'm going to have you text this over to me, because when we meet in person, we're going to do a deep dive. And it's the people who really connect with why they want to change. Those are the people that not just get there, but those are the people that keep these results for a lifetime. So for your sake, I really want you to spend some time and think about that and send it over to me. So this was my very first one, guys. And it wasn't, like I said, on the phone. She was kind of more standoffish, this, that. I wasn't expecting much. It blew my mind when I got this text message back. Okay. And she says, it's a little stream of consciousness and chaotic, but I just wanted to write it and didn't edit it. So she's just free flowing her thoughts and writing it, which ended up being a super long text, right? I said 3 to 5. She sent over 6 reasons. But listen to this. This is so powerful. Confidence. Number 1, confidence. I want my confidence back. I'm embarrassed to even leave the house. I feel ashamed that I've let myself get to be this size. I think my family is embarrassed to be seen with me. I used to be one of the most confident people, and I miss that. I'm embarrassed to be seen naked. I wear sweatpants and sweatshirts even when it's hot, just to hide my body. I skip out on parties and get-togethers just because I'm ashamed of how I look now. That alone, guys, is a $3,000 program that can solve that bleeding neck problem. Is that worth $3,000 to solve that alone right there? Hell yeah, it is. But you know what we do in the sales process? Oh, okay. Well, tell me about your goal. Have you worked with anything before? Tell me about your goals. Well, I'd like to lose a little bit of weight, like maybe 10 pounds. Okay. All right. And you just go on to the next shit. But in just this little conversation, this little homework, look at what came out in that one paragraph. Number 2, my children. I want to show my children that I'm healthy and that I take pride in my health, not just theirs. I want to show them that it's important to take care of yourself too, and not just of everyone around you. I want to be a good example to them. And I don't think I'm being one right now in this aspect. Wow. She feels she's failing as a parent, right? Number 3, energy. I am constantly drained. Of all the things I can count on in life, the most consistent one is that I'm perpetually exhausted. I believe my mental state has something to do with this as well. And I think it's stemming from my overall health and constant obsession of how I look and feel.
Mhm.
Jeez. Like, so think of it. And maybe not everybody has all of these, but energy is a big one. Being a
Mhm.
good example for your kids is a good one. Confidence is a good one. Number 4, my mind. I feel like this is so powerful. I feel like all I think about all day, every day is how awful I feel, how my body feels heavy and gross, how tired I am, how embarrassed I am. I want to feel good about myself to the point where I'm not so fixated on it anymore, where my mind can feel free of this constant burden. I feel as though my thoughts are out of my control and I want to take control back.
Mhm.
This is so this was from literally a 5-minute call, guys. Like I said, it was pretty cut and dry on this call, but I sold the whys really well. It was a very dry call.
Mhm.
This is what comes back. Number 5, he gets into the love of her life. She's like embarrassed to let herself go while being intimate, right? Number 6, I won't go into the full detail. Number 6, because I deserve this. I'm a good person. I'm an excellent mother and partner. I bust my ass for everyone around me every day, and I deserve to bust my ass for myself too. Holy shit,
Mhm.
guys. That's how you sell a $3,000 program. And we haven't even gotten to the consultation yet. This is a 5-minute phone call that I did. And the good news is, you know how we're really high on the no shows? If people you can't get a hold of them over a quick 5-10 minute phone call or this or that, you don't need to invite them in, right? If you get on this call and it's not good, you can save yourself an hour of a crappy consult who sucks your soul. Dave, you had a story like that. You had somebody where you're doing the discovery
Yeah.
call, you're in your doctor frame, controlling the conversation. Somebody wanted to talk over you the whole time. How did that turn out?
Yeah. And once again, it's when you have that doctor frame and you're in control, then you're not afraid to let someone go. And I can't tell you how many gentlemen I work with. Like the thing they get out of our program is just that alone. Like, no, I'm in charge of my own destiny. Like, I'm not going to beg someone to come in and change their life if they're not ready. So, Noelle was her name. She called in and she was just a pit bull at me asking the price over and over and over again. Like, it was one of those, like, I couldn't even pre-frame the call. It was just, I want to know the price. I want to know it now. Short conversation with her. And I'm like, listen, we're not the cheapest ticket in town. And where you're at right now, the only thing you really value is price, right? She's like, yeah. I'm like, I have a really good friend. He's a Orange Theory franchise owner. Like, I'm going to send you his way. You can get something. I think the memberships are 129. Like, I think that's your best starting point. And if there's ever a point in time where you're ready for something more, then you have my number. She went to Orange Theory for 2 to 3 months. She sends me a text. Hey, I'm ready for something more. Long story short, I'm like, you have to earn this. Send me over like real reasons why you want to change. She sent over some great why. She comes in, she signed up for a $5,000 with her Black Amex card. So,
Hmm.
guys, like just this alone, I'm glad we're not getting into the PC today. Like this discovery call alone can change your business. And it's more, guys. What I want, it's not about the script. It's about the energy that you put
Mm-hmm.
in the discovery call. It's that energy is contagious. So as long as you have that passion and you're living that mission filled life of, I'm going to get on the phone and I'm going to talk to someone, I'm going to make them feel heard, I'm going to make them feel special, and I'm going to challenge them. With that mindset alone, good grief, it's you get 2 things. You get to, hey, I don't think you're a great fit for what we do. You get to send them some free resources. They respect the heck out of that. Or best case scenario, you've challenged them. They marinate on 12, 24, 48 hours before they come to see you. 95% of the high ticket clients I've ever signed up, I knew before the PC. You just know. I can't tell you how many times I would get the text, not even me confirming. They would text me, Dave, I'm so excited for this conversation we're getting
Yeah.
ready to have. So they're primed and ready, guys, to change too. So, and keep in mind, this isn't everybody. It doesn't have to be everybody. It's a really simple math game. I mean, Miles has been in our game for forever and a day now, right? He's not selling a ton of high ticket, but man, you don't need a ton. You need 1 or 2 of these every single month, and you have your 599, but you planted the seed that there is something bigger. So you're not pitching them the quick fix. You're saying, hey, you're not ready for that right now, but guess what? So you don't have to drop the ball here, and you're not missing out on five. Miles is capped in 599 right now. I don't know if it's 599 or 699. The bottom line is, guys, you don't have to sell 50 of these high ticket transformations a month. You need one or two. And these are clients that are just going to knock your socks off. They're a pleasure to work with. Mid ticket Miles is what Miles said.
He's got a $699. And the cool thing is like when you price anchor something at $3,000, your $599 looks like a freaking steal. That's what you don't get. It's not like you're going big or you're putting a zero up on the board, right? Even if they're like, I'm all in, this is the exact program I needed. I just didn't know it exists, but I totally wanted this. But like, I'm a single teacher. I can't afford this. That's okay. Because what if you had another program, right? That'll give you all the workouts you need, custom nutrition program designed around foods you like to eat. And we're going to give you the accountability to make sure you can get it done and make some adjustments along the way. That program is only $599, $799, $999. It looks so much smaller, and that might be more than they were wanting to spend. Miles, yours is $699. That might have been more than they were planning on spending when they came in. They might be looking at $150 a month, right? Not $700 for 6 weeks. But because we're taking the sales process and we're price anchoring high, it looks comparatively like it looks so much smaller. So I know a lot of people are having trouble selling their $599, but they just got done and they sold at $3,000. And that was like, I got no objections on that one. I can't even believe that just happened right now. And when you realize that can happen and your confidence, your conviction is there, and you are the doctor now, you are the expert who is comfortable sending people away if they're not a good fit. That's so empowering because leads are hard to come by right now. Consultations are hard to come by right now. And we get this era of desperation. And the minute somebody tells us that's really expensive, we believe them. And it just warps our frame of mind and our value decreases. I've gotten in that headspace all the time. All the time. It's really easy to do. But you got to step into your power, man. You got to run your business like a doctor's office. And if somebody's not a good fit, just like Dave said, you send them away. Hey, if we're not the cheapest place, that's not what we do here, right? And if that's all you're looking for right now, go over here. It's going to be a great fit. But when it comes time and you realize it takes more than just workouts to get to where you need to be, we're the best in the world at this. We're here. We're here when you're ready for that. She comes back. There you go. Because we were not afraid to send her away. We're not afraid to know our own worth and our own value. And shit, we have gotten beaten up as gym owners, like left and right. Like, holy shit. I remember a $99 a month thing back in the day, group. And the dude was complaining and bitching because his wife, it was for the wife. And he is complaining and bitching about spending $99 a month on her. You have a few of those. Yeah, you'll believe those people. Right. But it's just not what we do. So yeah, we're calling an audible because we wanted to, there's no way we can get through the discovery call and the perfect consultation. As we're going in this, Dave, I just realized how important this damn call is. And it's making me think of like 5 to 10 legends who've been through our program whose business has literally been transformed by this stupid 5 to 10 minute call. Because it sets up.
I wouldn't call it stupid. I think it's the most important.
It's not stupid. But at the end of the day, it's just like something everybody wants to skip over. You know what I mean? It's like, well, they've already booked, but this sets everything up. And here's the thing. It will save you time because the people who are going to no show or whatever, waste of time, you gain back that full hour on it. This will save you so much time by incorporating a discovery call. It's not even funny. It's so important. And so, yeah, I just wanted to make sure we're actually doing, because this let alone can change a business in a big way. Ryan Sells. I was at the, by the way, if anybody's going to be in Chicago in first week in September, I'll post about this in the group too, because I have a code to get you tickets. I'm going to be speaking at the Growth Summit. It's a gym owner one. It's in Chicago. It's first week in September. I'll be speaking on stage about wealth. But last one I went to, you remember Ryan Sells out of California? He's got like the best hair in the world, like makes me super jealous all the time. But he like last one I went to, he got down on his knees and like thanked me just for even specifically for the discovery call. He said that alone was worth the cost of your program, which was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it saves so much time and it sets everything up. Because guys, our leads are no different than yours. And a lot of them are garbage, right? And this saves us time, and it takes a minute to take who could be just an average client or a churn and burn 6 weeks, short-term in and out client, and can turn them into somebody who's willing to pay you $3,000, $5,000 and stay with you forever. It's up to you. It's up to you. Miles asked the question, would you recommend the discovery call for the gyms who aren't doing paid ads, who have high show rates, 90% plus for organic traffic? Absolutely. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. It makes your sales call so much easier. Think about this. The text message I'm showing you. Oh, I forgot to mention. Like I said, she was around 27, maybe 28. Okay. She was like 10, 12 pounds away from her goal weight. What I showed you with confidence, showed an energy, perpetual exhaustion. She's embarrassed. She hides, she covers up in sweatpants and sweatshirts when it's hot. It's Phoenix. It's hot all the time here. Okay. She was 10, 12 pounds away from where she should have been. You would think this woman was 80 pounds overweight by the way she was talking. And that's what we have to reconnect with, guys. This is how it affects people every day. When they tell you, oh, I'd like to lose 15 pounds. I'd like to lose 20 pounds. I'd like to lose 10 pounds. That's what they're saying to you. But what they're not saying to you are these feelings. This is how it affects a lot of people. So when you learn the power in the sales process to pull this out, now you're talking about the real bleeding neck issue. And that is worth more than $599 to solve for these people. And that's what it is. The whole crux of our sales process is we're going to get to that bleeding neck issue. If you can find out what that bleeding neck issue is, that number one thing that it's really the catalyst, and you can bridge your solution. You can bridge that as your program is the solution. You can sell your programs for $3,000. You can sell them at $4,000. You can sell them at $5,000. Shannon and Taryn have sold their 9-week programs at $7,000 and $8,000. Believe it or not. It's pretty crazy. That's what we're doing. And it all starts with this discovery call. So yeah, Miles, absolutely. Yeah, you're going to get great organic web leads coming in. Yeah, they're going to be way warmer than a cold Facebook lead. But do this because it's going to help the no-show rate, but they're going to be excited to meet with you. Like Dave said, you do this right, they will text you and say that they're really excited about meeting with you. And that's a big difference because people are nervous. People are nervous. They don't know if they're going to meet a drill sergeant, a boot camp person. They don't know if it's going to be somebody who is just going to criticize them. They feel like they're the only ones out of shape coming into a boutique fitness gym. They do. This call, you get a chance to show them that you care, that you're an expert and you're the authority, and you've taken people just like you and create this transformation for them. I'm really glad. I'm so glad that you found us. I can't wait to meet with you. That's so different, guys. You know what your competition is doing? It's a goddamn robot. We've confirmed your appointment at blah, blah, blah. That's everything out there. This is your chance to be a human being in a world where we're losing touch with other human beings because of social media and robots and chat GPT, right? And AI chat bots. This is so powerful. So I wanted to take this time and really like let it sink in and elaborate. We're taking this training today, right? Where we're talking about the sales process, and we haven't gotten into the PC. We're gonna do that next week. So we're calling an audible because I realize I'm getting pumped up again, Dave, just to know how powerful this is. So on our call next week, this is we're gonna go into the perfect consultation. The discovery call sets it up, and this tees it up. I mean, you guys could probably take the text messages she sent, and you could probably close that down right now without knowing the ins and outs of it. But not everybody's going to be that forthcoming, and that's okay. So we are going to teach you how to pull back the layers of the onion in the consultation and really sell the hell, figure out where the pain is, and have them visualize the heaven when they solve this, and your solution bridges the gap. And then it is worth $3,000 to solve this problem. So that's what we're going to do next week. So everybody on this call, you got to make sure that you're on it for next week. Okay. It's 12 p.m. PST, 3 p.m. EST. And some of you have been reaching out, and sometimes you DM us personally or whatever it is. This whole thing that we're taking you through is kind of like our 12-week high ticket launch program. We'll build these offers into your specific business model, teach you how to sell it, right? Finding your voice, your pitch, your style, your way, and teaching you how to fulfill and renew it to make the change that you've seen with Olaf and others, right? Some of you have been inquiring and DMing us. Those of you, we have not always gotten it out there. If you want to talk to us to learn more, to see if this 12-week express program for you to make these changes, if you want a head start just to hit the go button on it, use this QR code or use this link down here. You can get on a quick call with us, explain where you're at, all that good stuff. If we're a fit if you want to join it, it's August 15th. So I wanted to bring it up now because some of you are going to ask next week and it might be capped. We only take up to 10 through it at a time. Small group. Reason why is that we're on live with you 2 times a week in this small group plus a one-on-one. So unfortunately, we can't take 20, 30 people a month through this thing. So if that's you want to learn more about it, use this QR code, fill out your info. We'll hop on a quick phone call and make sure it's a good fit. If it's not a good fit, sometimes it isn't. We'll let you know. And you can just keep coming on these and just try to implement it yourself. So anyways, we're going to save the PC for next week. We're getting to that. We're going to show you the TED strategy. We're going to show you the selling the hell, hyping the heaven, the monster recap, the whole 9 yards. What did I miss, Dave?
I haven't seen you this fired up about sales, man. This was fantastic. You didn't miss anything. I'm glad we cut it into 2.
Yeah.
I start every cohort with a discovery call for a reason, because just implementing that alone it really can, no exaggeration, change your business. So I'm glad we took a deep dive into the DC today.
Yeah. Well, I get pumped up because I just, my story just goes to like all these legends who like have crushed it just adding the DC. I just forget about it because Dave is the guy taking you through it. Dave is I call him the Kool-Aid man. He's the best sales trainer in the world. Those of you who are legends you guys know, like, God, you even like when you spend 5 minutes with somebody on a pep call, like I got this really big consult, can I talk to you for 5 minutes, Dave? And they always knock it out of the park. Like the confidence and conviction you bring out in others and teaching them this, it's second to none. So like, I'm not on those calls all the time, so I forget how impactful they are, So appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Awesome. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you are ready to start making an extra $10,000 a month or more this month by making more money with less clients and create a consistent flow of high-quality leads, you can learn about what it's like to work with me and how ridiculously affordable it is at CoachScottCarpenter.com. And if you got any value out of this episode, please pay it forward and leave a review for this show. It helps other gym owners find the answers to the huge problems that we all share. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode.